What's going on, everybody? Today we are doing a review video. We usually do not do these, but we found a product that we really liked on our last trip, and we wanted to kind of share a little bit about it. Alright, so we picked up this Bluetooth headset off of Amazon, and it was about $40 per person, so it was a pair of two. It was $80. And what it allowed us to do was to have Bluetooth communication in our helmets while we were riding. We were heading out to the West Coast and we brought our dirt bikes along, and we didn't realize what we were missing out on by not having Bluetooths on our helmet. Up here we just ride our motorcycles on the street, but when we were going out to the desert we wanted to be able to communicate during that as well. And didn't really want to spend $200 or $300 per person to have a Bluetooth setup on our helmets. So we found these, and I would say it definitely made a huge difference in our riding, just being able to communicate.
Yeah, so for me, I'm a beginner rider, and it was hard for me to know where to go, and a lot of my issues came from puddles. So for him to be in front of me and be able to say like, hey, there's a puddle, go left or go right, that was extremely helpful. But it was also great, like if something happened where I fell over and he didn't see me, I could be like, hey, like hold up, like I fell. And as far as distance, it went pretty far. So there were times where I couldn't see him, but I could hear him. And especially when you're riding in the desert, you're never really gonna get that far from each other. We haven't tried it on our street bikes yet, but just knowing how we ride, I can guarantee we'll definitely be able to hear each other. And as far as sound outside of it, like hearing our dirt bikes, I didn't hear anything. So all I could hear was him talking, and it was clear, and I think they worked awesome for what they were.
Yeah, for the price point, it was definitely something that we weren't worried if we just keep these on our dirt bike helmets and get another set for our other bike, and you're still at half or less of the cost of getting like a higher end Bluetooth headset. And for this just being like just for the off-road helmets, we did opt to install it with just the Velcro on the side, so that we could swap it out and maybe just purchase an additional headset for this. That way we would have the headsets installed in each helmet, not have to continually swap that out. I would say the only concern when we first unboxed it was that the microphone, you can see it's a little bit bigger. Worried that we wouldn't have the room in the front of the helmet for that, but that turned out not to be the case. And like she said, when we were riding, you didn't hear any of the extra noise. It cut out all the outside sound pretty well.
Like no wind.
Yeah,
no,
and it
like
was just
engines or anything like
yeah.
that.
When we were talking to each other, that was it. Also, all the buttons and everything, it's all sealed. So with going through water and different stuff like that, like it wasn't an issue. And the charge held the entire day. We just left them on. We paired them in the morning. You just want to make sure you read the instructions. It's not always so intuitive as far as how to pair them, but we just have one of us do it, set the helmets up together, get them ready to go while we're getting our gear on, and then went from there. So this was something that we were super happy with. We don't do a lot of review videos, but when it was something that really worked well for us, and I thought it was a pretty good value for what we got. I'm sure the more expensive ones have more features and better integrations, but we're not looking to do a cross-country trip with these and be able to be on our cell phones and all this. This was, we're out in the desert, we're riding. It changed our riding experience for sure, because we'd never been where you're able to just sit and talk to somebody and be like, hey, up here, turn left. You're always trying to figure out what their hand signals mean and what you're trying to get your point across. But when you can say, hey, I can see just up ahead of you, like we have a razor coming, like stay to the left, stay to the right. Like it was super helpful, super easy. And for the price, like you couldn't beat it. So we got a pair, I think it was $80. I'll go ahead and toss a link from Amazon down below. But yeah, this is not a sponsored paid ad or anything. This was just something that we found that we use and that we like and that we wanted to share with everybody. So yeah, let us know if you guys have found other headsets that you like, better or worse, or what your experience has been with this actual style. But yeah, thanks for joining us, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye.